Welcome to Live Fully, an ETHA Naturals podcast. I'm ETHA co-founder Victor Chung, and with me is someone special today.
Super special.
It's our ETHA head of sales, Sasha.
Thank you for having me on today.
Yeah, good to have you. You have been on previous episodes, but only when we were doing audio.
Yes, first time on video.
Yeah.
I obviously dressed up special. All black all the time.
Yeah. So full transparency. Today, Alex called in sick. We were traveling in Vegas, which is the topic of today. We'll give you guys an update on CHAMPS and all about the adventures and CHAMPS in Vegas and all that. But anyway, a lot of us came back sick after a week there, and Alex is one of them. So he's not here. So Sasha decided,
Loosely decided.
You aren't forced-ish. Yeah, voluntold.
Your job only depends on it.
So actually, both of us weren't even supposed to do this. This was supposed to be Amanda and Alex. I came in just like ready to work, and you and I had to meet actually, and so
I know we have to prep for a call.
Yeah, in a little bit.
We hopefully are going to be signing on a new client today.
Yeah, so instead we're here doing this podcast for you guys. So sorry we aren't super prepared for this.
We're a little all over the place, but It'll be a fun episode. It'll be CHAMPS Las Vegas.
Yep.
A week of our travels, a week of adventures in Las Vegas. So it should be a good one.
It'll be a good one. All right, well, let's get started. Okay, so CHAMPS. Is this their first time coming to CHAMPS with us?
Me, no.
No, right? We've done this before.
Yeah, we've done
Actually,
this.
the three of us. By the way, Nicole's in the room as always. Our
Hello,
producer.
good morning.
Yes, all three of us went a year ago.
Last summer, the three of us went, but we didn't go as exhibitors. We went just to kind of check it out, meet with some people, check in on some existing clients and things like that.
Yeah, and we were also looking for products because
that's right, for the store.
We had we have a couple stores. Yeah, we were considering carrying some new products, and what better place than CHAMPS if you're going to look for Kratom products. So just some background. So if you guys don't know what CHAMPS is a huge expo, huge convention for what they would call alternative culture,
alternative lifestyle. Yeah,
alternative lifestyle. Mainly, it's where smoke shops, convenience stores, those kinds of retailers go to look for new products. And so if you're a manufacturer, a vendor of a product that belongs in smoke shops or sells well in smoke shops, then you're going to be at CHAMPS. And it's a huge, huge event.
It's at the Las Vegas Convention Center, and I think it takes up like a good third of the thing. Like it's
the whole
massive.
South Hall is like filled.
Yeah, it's massive.
2 stories.
2 stories. Too.
Yeah, and you don't think about it when you're like walking the floor, because you're just like, there's so much to see and so much to do. So you're kind of like, oh, there's this. It keeps your attention. But when we were helping to break down a booth at the end, we had to carry like a box of whatever it is back to the van, back to the trucks, and like making that trip back and forth, even though it would be something really light. Like I was holding a Kratom tree, for example. One Kratom tree, not too big, and I had to carry it. And I was like, there's no problem. But then like halfway through, I'm like, this is getting tiring. And then
no, but even like when I first got there and I came straight from the airport to the convention to help set up.
Yeah.
And just like the escalator hadn't been turned on yet. And by the time I got to the escalator, I was like, oh my God, now I got to climb these stairs.
Yeah.
And all I had was my little dinky suitcase. So it's pretty massive. And then one of the days I like wanted to just go get some fresh air. And it took me like a good time to get downstairs and to get all the way to the outside area just to like get some fresh air.
Yeah, and
so
we're
massive.
We're in the back too.
Didn't make
it. We're upstairs all the way in the back for good reason. But yeah, so we had like the furthest distance to go. But anyway, so it's a huge event. A lot of celebrities go. So Mike Tyson is always there. He has Tyson 2.0, that brand, and it's a whole array of products.
He was there this time too. I didn't see him.
He
was on the first floor, right?
Yeah, his products were there.
I saw one of the brands, but
somebody came by and said he was throwing out products to everybody walking by. I assumed he was there. I didn't see him either.
We were supposed to have a meeting. Like his folks were supposed to have meetings with us, and we didn't make it happen because everyone just gets super busy at that thing. But we are going to work with Tyson soon, so we'll make that happen. So that's CHAMPS. It's a wild event. and we were there.
We were. Well, I mean, you and Alex were there all, 4 days, 5 days? Nicole and I were only there for the first half, and then we both had to leave early. But, man, just those 2 days, 2 full days in the convention, like, it's exhausting. You're talking to, I mean, you meet some cool people, but you're talking to so many people. Like, you're just constantly have information thrown at you, and you're throwing information back at people. But it's entertaining. And I mean, obviously this time was a little bit cooler because of the whole Danny Way vert ramp and all that stuff in the skate competition.
So this is a little bit different. So normally when we go, obviously representing ETHA Natural Botanicals there, a lot of the Kratom brands are at CHAMPS now. So since we support Kratom brands and we manufacture products for other Kratom brands, it's a way for us to easily meet all of our clients in one go. So that's kind of like number one. We go there just to shake hands with all of our clients. But sometimes, like this time, it's like a little bit different, a little extra. In this time, one of the brands that we helped to launch, Element 115 Botanicals, which is Danny Way's brand. Danny, if you guys don't know, he's a legendary skateboarder, done amazing things for the sport of skateboarding. He invented the mega ramp, the mega jump.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
He's done all these stunts like jumping the Great Wall of China and jumping out of helicopters. And
how do you come up with that? Well, you just wake up in the morning and go, today Great Wall, tomorrow the Alps.
Yeah. Well, he has some great ideas right now for his like next big stunt, which I can't talk about. It's a really cool stuff going. So he's not like fully retired. He's still doing his thing, but his role has now changed. He's now more like the senior who's training the next generation of skateboarders. So anyway, so for Element 115, it was like the big launch of the brand at this CHAMPS. They were there last CHAMPS in July, and we came out there to show some support. We were at the booth for a couple of days. We spent time there to, like, helping like answer questions about Kratom for folks that are coming in, like why does Danny use Kratom, and what are the benefits of Kratom, because this is new for like that's the skateboarding world. So that's why we were there in July. This time it was like that, like times 100.
Yeah.
And it was this time it was Element 115 in partnership with CHAMPS, and we decided to do like a full event. Like, it's not just a booth. We had a great booth. I loved our booth, but the event itself was amazing. So they built a full-on vert ramp. It's one of the big kind of skateboarding ramps, and then also a skate park as well too. And each day they had a best trick competition, both on the skate park and the vert ramp, and they were giving out cash prizes to skateboarders. And these aren't just like random people just coming off the street. These are semi-professional to professional skateboarders. Like Elliot Sloan, who's like 7-time X Games gold medalists. Like, these are legit skateboarders were there.
He was very good.
God,
I know nothing about skateboarding, but he was good.
So good, right? And anyway, so there was like each day, CHAMPS was like 4 days or something like that, right? So like each day there was a huge event at least twice a day, where you can see like some of the best skateboarders doing their thing up close and personal, and it was wild. And that's why they put Element 115's booth all the way in the back, because we needed room for all like this the park and the ramp and everything, and the booth itself too. So it took up a lot of space, but well worth it. It was so cool. For me personally, I had never been like that, like close.
Me neither.
Like you see it on TV.
No, like they let us in, Nicole and I, they let us in on the first day, and we were like little kids. We were like, like cheering on.
On top of the vert ramp, taking video.
Yeah, you went up to the vert ramp. Oh my gosh,
itself. That was so cool.
Kind of sketchy though, wasn't it?
A little bit scary.
Yeah, like the whole thing kind of shakes a little bit. Like, it's like, and we're just standing there. We're not like doing tricks off of this thing.
I don't know how these guys go flying off of that thing.
Yeah. And they got some air. Some of these moves were like just breathtaking.
Yeah, that one taller guy, every time he went up, I was like, his head is going to hit the ceiling.
Elliot. That's Elliot.
That's Elliot?
Yeah,
that was Elliot? Okay.
That's Elliot, yeah. Yeah, he could definitely touch the ceiling. I felt like he could just touch it.
I was like, oh my God, his head is
hand.
going to hit like those lights on that all the way up on the ceiling. This is a convention center, so it's high ceiling still.
Yeah.
It's not like your little dinky Southern California apartment.
Yeah, when you get like a 20-foot like ramp plus, whatever,
so crazy.
15 feet in the air, you're at 35, 40 feet now. Like it's pretty up there. The last day, you guys missed it. The last day was actually big air. So whoever get the most, so you got to get as much air as you can, plus do a trick. You can't just do air. You have to do a trick with it and then land it to count. So these guys were going full on. It was wild. It was so wild. Yeah. And then because we got the VIP treatment. We got to be like literally like 5 feet away, 10 feet away, cool. Watching it. It was so cool.
There's a lot of videos captured on Instagram. So if anybody wants to check it out, visit E115.
Yes, whatever if you can share the handle.
Yeah, I'll share it. It's E115 Botanicals, but we'll put it down in the
link in the description. Yeah, definitely check it out. It was so much fun. So yeah, so we were there to show support. If you guys don't already know, we've talked about this in past podcasts. Danny wanted to get into Kratom because he's been using Kratom for so long, longer than Alex and I even, 15, 20 years using Kratom to help him manage all of his injuries from skateboarding, this insane career that he had, the countless injuries, the pain that he suffers every day. He was put on opioids. He's done everything. And, to get himself to a place where he is still competing today and doing it at a high level, Kratom is the key to it, one of the keys to it. And so he wanted to work with the best. He came to us and we helped him make his first set of products. So if you see anything that's whole leaf Kratom, like his tablets, we make a shot for him. We do, what else do we do? We do extract tablets for him as well too.
Mints.
Yeah. We do regular mints, Kratom mints for him. So, and we will continue to make it. Now, there's other products that Element 115 does. It's a brand. They can, Danny can choose whatever brands he wants to carry for his business. But, I'd say we're top of the list in terms of their manufacturer. So anyway, so they gave us the VIP treatment to be there. And so we were there in the booth helping them to navigate kind of being at CHAMPS and working with buyers and all that, because that's new for that business. And then in exchange, we got to, be up close in person with all the skateboarders and all that. So that was really fun.
That was cool.
Yeah, super cool. Totally different because we've been in CHAMPS for like years now. And it's kind of the usual, just trying to sell the whole time.
Well, it was just cool because like where the booth was, we had the skate park. So we just had constant entertainment. And constant, as opposed to other booths where you're just looking at the booth across from you and by day 2, you're like, oh God, I'm so sick of this person.
And it could be like competition too. You're just like looking at each other like, you're stealing my clients.
It was fun because you just got to see all these cool tricks and some of them scary. And then once in a while you'd hear like falling and screaming and you're just like, what's going on?
More of that.
And then they just walk it off and you're like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Then we run over with some Kratom and just eat this.
Yeah, right here.
Eat this for the pain.
Yeah. Actually, Danny, there's some good footage of that too. So Danny actually was grabbing some of I think they're the Kratom mints and was giving it to the fellow skateboarders.
Oh, that's cool.
Like after they got exactly what you just said, Nicole.
Yeah, because a couple of the skater guys came up to Nicole and I and were chatting it up with us, and they're like, I've heard of this stuff. I don't really know how it works, what it does. Yeah. So they were legitimately interested, and they're like, wow, this is what I need. This is what I need for my arm or for my knee or for whatever. And I was like,
yeah, they all have injuries. Of
course.
My
God, of course.
Yeah, and I love the ones that go like, Danny's been talking about this stuff for years.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like, now he has his own brand.
I guess now we'll actually try it.
And I thought it was interesting too that a lot of folks thought that he was just like a sponsor. Like this is like, as if the company paid Danny so that they can use his face and name on the stuff. And when they found out, no, this is actually his company. This is he picks these products out. They're like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Then
he uses them and he picks picks out what he wants to share with people.
Yeah, which is so cool. I thought it was interesting. Did you see? You guys weren't there. So when you guys left, we had Jackie and Kevin come in, replace you guys, and
we're not replaceable.
kind of stand in. How about that? And Jackie couldn't take all the crashes constantly.
Oh my gosh!
Every time she was just like,
I can imagine her. Oh, poor thing. Yeah, I can imagine her.
She's like, I can't watch it anymore. I just can't. There's just so many.
Put her on the other side of the booth.
I was just telling her, don't you see? They get up. They're fine.
They're fine. They walk it
This
off.
is what they do. They literally is what they do. Okay, and they enjoy it. No one's forcing them.
Yeah, and they get paid. They have sponsors. They go cool free stuff.
And then, like, of course, there's when you say all that, then one of the skateboarders got like actually hurt. Was lying there for a while, and I was like, ooh,
Don't look
away. Get any water to the Kratom trees. So anyway, yeah, it was a unique experience, and I think it was a huge enough hit that Champs wants to do this as a regular thing.
Oh.
So we're in negotiations and talks about all that, and it should be fun. So,
well, the next one's in Atlantic City, Jersey, in May, right?
Is it? I know they're doing Miami usually. Don't they do Denver? And they go back to Vegas in July or something. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that we went to before, the three of us, was July. Yeah, because it was hot. It was like deathly hot.
Oh, God.
Nicole, waiting 5 minutes for you to get the car. I remember Nicole and I were melting. It was unreal.
I think my shoes actually did melt.
In fact, they're still on my feet a year later.
They molded on. So anyway, that was Champs, I guess. Let's talk about like Vegas itself. What'd you guys think?
I love Vegas. I don't know, something about it. The energy, like, I don't know. It's cool. A lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I enjoyed it. I had a good time this time. I was actually kind of bummed that I had to leave earlier. I thought I was going to be like, oh, thank God. But I was kind of bummed because I was like, man, I'm actually having a good time.
Yeah.
The steakhouse we went to, Cleaver's.
Oh, my gosh. That was,
we're going to have to tell
that was a highlight.
We're going to have to tell Tim that it was a good call.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Tim at Blue Magic, another Kratom brand, gave us a recommendation for Cleaver's.
Last year, he told us about this.
Was it last year? Yeah. And yeah, it was amazing. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's off strip. So
off strip, super low key, old school, darkish, but food was phenomenal.
Yeah. And next to one of my favorite Italian places that's off strip too. Was it Bramares? 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 I don't know. Bramares. Something like that.
Something like that.
But they're both really great. So like if like Cleaver's is like booked out and you can't get it, go to them, go to Bramares, whatever, and then, or vice versa. They're both super amazing. You know, a good sign that's a good steakhouse is they have not only the option.
Red booths. Red booths.
Red booths, yes. That is so true. Anyway, that reminds me, like when what was it? What's the big dance in high school? Prom. Sorry.
Yeah, prom.
The one and only school event that I went to.
You went to prom?
I went to one event at my senior prom.
How was it?
It was with my now husband, although we
really?
Yeah.
I went to prom with my now husband.
But we didn't
Same
go.
Here.
We went as friends.
Too.
We went as friends, and I ditched him the whole time and went and hung out with everybody else. And then it was awkward. We didn't talk to each other for like 2 weeks, and then we made up. And then 10 years later, we got married.
That's so funny.
No, we literally went as friends, and that was the one event that I went to. Oh, and that was the other thing. I had to leave super early because I had a competition the next day.
Oh yeah.
So he had to like drop. Everybody was gonna go like to the parties, and at like 10 p.m. I was like, oh, you have to go home. I have to go compete tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's pretty lame.
So wait, did he have, like, was he into you at that point, or were you guys truly both friends? Because I know he was into you long before you were into him, right?
He was into me long before that, but I was obviously too stupid to realize it, and I was too stupid to realize that I was into him too, which I think is part of the reason why it was awkward, because like you like each other, but you would not either. Well, on my end, I think I wasn't acknowledging it. Yeah. So it was truly. We're like true little children that were like, I like you, and it literally took us that long to realize. So
there you go, and the rest is history.
And now we have a child.
Cute, lovable boy, Logan. Favorite name.
It's a perfect name for him. It's funny. Like I can't imagine him having another name.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
I know, it's so crazy.
He's awesome. I love that him and my middle child, what's his name? Levi? Levi.
What's his name? Number 2.
You know, middle child. Who knows, right? Anyway, him and Logan and Levi were getting along so well.
I know, they're so cute
company
together.
Party.
It was very cute, yeah.
Anyway, why did I bring that up? Yes, so prom, everyone, like, you know, the school, there's always like a couple restaurants that everyone wants to go to. Like, it's like the fancy restaurant that you want to go to. And I've always been kind of a contrarian. No surprise. Like, I won't use an iPhone. You know, that's just kind of my personality. So I was like, no, we're not going to like whatever it is.
The popular place
popular
that everybody
places.
loves.
Yeah. So I definitely had to choose, this steakhouse that no one ever heard of, and it was called Durant's. So it's in Arizona, and if you Google it, I bet it still looks the same. It looks horrible from the outside. It looks super sketchy, middle of nowhere, kind of like it's sad from the outside. It's probably like maybe really nice now, but at the time it was really bad. And
Tradition of excellence over 70 years.
70 years.
How old are you, Victor?
75.
I'm 75.
There's a place in LA that's
You'd love this place, by the way.
This
you go.
makes me think of it. There's a place in LA. It's famous. It's in it's like in Koreatown part of LA, like on the way towards downtown. It's called Taylor's Steakhouse. By the way, if you for some reason ever like go visit family or Taylor's, very much like that. It's also I think like 80 or 100 years old. Super the food is phenomenal. It's like the cave.
Yeah.
Like that same dark style, like very
I
like
love
old
it.
school. Phenomenal food, and again, like not super pricey for being a steakhouse. I mean, being such high quality.
Yeah. Ooh, prices have gone up for sure. Yeah. I don't remember it that expensive. So Durant's, the reason why I loved it too was it was like known to be, or rumored to be, like where all the mob would go,
Oh, cool.
So like we're like, oh yeah, we'll be cool. We'll go there too. So I convinced a couple of my friends to bring their dates, and Lisa and I, of course, went. Who now is my wife. So yeah, God, we all went to prom with our spouses.
Now spouses, that's crazy.
It's so wild. Anyway, so it's like red velvet, all that.
Red boots.
Look at that thing from the outside. Wow.
And the place I was telling you about that you and Gary should go to,
Yes.
Red Fox Room, totally that same style.
Yeah.
And if you go on like a Friday or Saturday, they have the live music.
Yeah, so shout out to Durant's. Shout out to
Taylor's in
Taylor's,
LA and Red Fox Room in North Park area.
And Cleavers.
In Cleavers.
And Cleavers in Las Vegas.
Man, I'm getting hungry.
Where else did you know?
All right,
We went
let's
to,
cut this short. Let's go eat.
We went to the Lotus of Siam, also, which was an off-strip Thai food place, and that was really good.
Yeah, so Zach made that recommendation. Zach with Graphico. By the way, shout out to Graphico. Amazing partners. They're the ones that set up the whole booth. We had like this
It was killer.
20-inch screen playing videos and all kinds of stuff. And Zach like single-handedly put the whole thing. Yeah, I think Jimmy helped, of course. So it was like Jimmy and him put up the whole thing because we all were delayed.
But all the electronical stuff and stuff, he got that all to work.
Yeah. And it looked great. And so he goes to Vegas often. And Zach said, if I said, what's your favorite place? Let's go. We'll take you out. And he chose Lotus of Siam, and then you heard of it, you knew of it.
Yeah, I'd heard of it because I've been to conferences in Vegas in the past and have tried to get dinner reservations there.
Oh yeah,
and could not get rid of.
We only got in because Zach is friends with the owner.
Yeah, so
because it was completely full, and they snuck us in.
Yeah. He's friends with the owner's daughter, I think it was. Who, Penny maybe? Because she's on, like I think on the menu I saw her name, like Penny's something, whatever it was.
That's cute.
And I was like, who's Penny? And he's like, oh, that's my friend.
That's the person who got us in.
Yeah, I was like, thank you, Penny.
I know, it was tasty.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, that shrimp.
The shrimp.
Oh,
the shrimp was my favorite.
All
Kicked
of
it off
it.
so good because it was like, it's fried shrimp, of course, but it was they have like a deep flavor. Like there's fish sauce and there's like garlic. There's just the peppers and. Oh, it was so good.
Who didn't eat breakfast this morning?
I know, like exactly.
Us three, since all we were doing is talk about food.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason you go to Vegas also is to eat. So.
Yeah, and so we stayed at Resorts World, which I have never stayed at before, and I thought it was great.
Yeah. So Hilton Resort World.
When we went
/ Conrad / whatever the high end one that we can't afford.
Yeah,
Crawford's.
There you go.
Hey, Jimmy, can we go to Crawford's next time?
Yeah.
The very first time when we went to ASD a couple of years back, we stayed at Resorts World, but we stayed at another one.
We stayed at Resort World, so it's the Hilton property, and they share the same like casino, restaurants, and all that.
Okay.
But the hotels themselves are the three. we only stayed at Resort World, which is the lower end.
Okay, because I was like this one because I remember being
Yeah.
it being busy and like I was like, where are we going? Like it's all. This one was like so nice and somewhat organized. Somewhat organized.
We had some.
They had a nice like a little lounge area
The lounge
right by the
areas.
check. That was like a perfect meeting spot for all of
Always.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, we were there like every day because
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, before dinner, before everywhere. Just, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, so we stayed at the Conrad, which is the middle one, and then Crawford one day. If enough of you guys buy Kratom, then maybe we can afford going to the nice place one day.
Or maybe Nicole can hook us up again with
The Win.
the
Encore,
Encore.
that was fun
And
too.
Nicole,
That was nice.
last summer when the three of us went, Nicole somehow managed to finagle us an insane deal.
Yeah, sweets.
Not only did we stay at the Win, we stayed at the Encore part of the Win, and it was
in sweets.
stupidly amazing.
Yeah, like it was like having an apartment in Vegas for a week.
No, those weren't even suites. I think those are just their standard rooms.
No way.
No,
No, they
were.
had to be. My room was like ridiculous. Come on.
That was a standard room.
That's not a standard.
I-
room.
Suites usually have
100%.
two distinct rooms. Like,
No, I had.
no, you had a barrier.
Okay, fine. I had a
You
very.
had a wall.
Fine. All right, well.
I know what you were in the suite. We were in the servants' quarters next door.
Okay, fine. It was a regular, whatever. The regular was super awesome.
It was really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was all good. Yeah. So we had a good trip. The convention itself was great. Got to meet some of not all of our partners. We were just so busy with Element 115.
The booth did get kind of busy, yeah.
Yeah, it ate up. At least for me, it ate up so much of my time that I get a chance to like meet some of the folks that So next time, guys, if you're listening to this, I know some of you watch this. I'll make sure to make time for you guys and further our relationship. So apologies on that one. What else? We had great food. We also hung out with PX Sports. We should talk about them.
I love them. I love
yeah.
them. Shout out Alejandro and Oscar.
Yeah.
Juan
Carlos, yep.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, PX Sports is the largest network in Latin America for action sports. So it's like, F1 racing, it's skateboarding, surfing, all that stuff. They broadcast to, 18 different countries, 300 million people, something like that. I'm probably quoting all the stats wrong, but they're a big piece of network television out in Latin America. And of course, they came out here to cover this first ever CHAMPS skateboarding event. Mm-hmm. And so we gave them sections of the booth, and they had all their stuff out, and they brought a whole film crew out. Oscar and Alejandro are the owners of PX Sports, and they're amazing brothers.
And
Super
just
fun
good
dudes.
people.
Just
Really
fun
good people.
Super friendly, really just Nicole and I went out gambling with the guys one night. It was we had a blast.
Yeah.
Super blast.
Lost too much money, but we won't talk about that.
Sorry, next time we'll make it up.
You gotta do the Jimmy technique. You gotta learn.
She tried.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah, one of our partners, he always wins. Like he always wins at slots, and I don't know about you guys. I'm not a big gambler.
I'm not at all.
Yeah,
I watched.
So he we've been to Vegas several times with him, and we've watched him win, and like okay, that's whatever you're doing. I don't know. I just thought you're just super lucky, but there's an actual technique and there's a way to do it. Don't give it away. You can't give it away. So then everyone does it, and then the casino fixes it, and then we can't do it anymore. So anyway, there's a technique, and it's the certain machines, and in combination with all of it, you essentially. So I don't know if you always win, but
Speaking of giving it away, go to machine 3A.
right?
Located between.
Yeah. So, but I did it 5 times, 6 times, or something like that, multiple days, and every single time I won.
That's what Kevin was telling me.
I've yet to
You did.
lose.
I think Jackie did too. Something. And
Yeah.
I would go back. I would literally, if I were you, I would get on a plane today, fly to the casino, and just start playing.
Well, this weekend is the Diecast Super Convention.
I can't believe you're not going to go. Are you going to
I
go?
haven't decided yet. We're being asked to go to Arizona for baptism.
That's
which
close.
is so awesome. Which is exactly the same.
Yeah, totally.
It's close.
Just hop on over.
Yeah, but
You can borrow my private jet.
let's do it. Yeah, so Enzo and I are still debating whether or not we want to break free from the family and go to Vegas instead. Those of you listening, I'm sure you guys know at this point. And my son, my oldest, and he's 14. We collect Hot Wheels, and beyond that, anything that's die cast at the 1/64 scale cars. So anyway, yeah, we're super nerds about it. We love it. And they have once a year they have a convention. It's called the Super Convention, and it's anyway. Like in Hot Wheels world, there's like if you get like a really rare version, they're called super treasure hunts, and that's why like Super Convention.
If you go and hit the jackpot, imagine how many Hot Wheels you can buy.
I'm gonna buy the whole convention.
Seriously, this is the goal.
Yeah, I mean, well, I already did that this last trip because I hit like 2 jackpots. I took a portion of it, like $400 or $500 worth of it, and just bought all die-cast cars for Enzo. So it just blew his mind. So when I got home, it was just like, whoa! He's like,
oh, that's so fun.
Awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah, and we didn't get to go to that place that you wanted to take me for the.
Oh, that's right.
Logan a hot.
No, I know.
So
Yeah.
I guess we have to go back.
We gotta go back. So yeah. So PX Sports. I want to bring them up because they were such good partners. They created some content for us. And we're gonna be posting that on our social media. And I think we're gonna be doing more stuff with them. So at the very least, I know Element 115. That brand is going to do a lot of stuff with PX Sports, and then maybe ETHA, maybe us. So we might work with them because they're just such good people. And it's less about like the business opportunity. Sometimes it's more about the people that you work with, and they're just good guys. And I think we all kind of have the same sentiment in kind of not only how we run businesses, but then also as just humans and how we interact. I mean,
well, we were like in a small-ish booth for 4 days, and we got along well. We laughed, we had dinner together, and so it's like that's already like a good sign that you're not like, I'm gonna kill this person 30 seconds in.
And we went through tough things too. There's drama that happened on the trip, of course.
Harsh drama.
Yeah, and
well, it's Vegas. There's always drama.
There's always drama.
You can't get away from drama in Vegas.
Yeah, we had all kinds of stuff that happened, but we got through.
We pulled through.
Yeah.
Per usual. Like all of us didn't even have rooms the first night, and we were waiting around for like 3 hours, just waiting to solve that issue. We had like 15 rooms, so it was.
Nicole and I were ready to go to Target and buy sleeping bags, just camp out in Victor's van, but then we didn't have to.
And that's where like having that bar is so nice, the lobby area, because we all just got trashed and had fun instead. Like, it's been 3 hours. Whatever, another round. Let's go.
Ranch water.
Ranch water. Yeah, more ranch water, please.
Yeah, ranch water. Nicole taught me a new drink, ranch water. I'd never heard of it before, but it's amazing. Tequila and sparkly water.
Yeah.
Low cal.
A little bit of
lots of fun.
Yeah. And shots. I saw you guys doing shots too.
That was the special touch of the ranch water. Ranch water plus.
Ranch water plus. All right. Anyway, that was Champs. I thought it was a successful show.
This one I think was one of the best, like the best ones, honestly. Like, not only like tangibly wise, like business wise, but also just like a positive experience. Like we didn't come back like, I hate my life, I'm never going again. It was like the opposite. Like we all came back sort of on a high note, I feel like.
Yeah.
I agree.
Except for some of us being sick. I think everyone, like Alex,
more
Alex,
ranch water.
Right.
That's how you get over that.
A little bit of a cold.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like playing an airport and like hanging out in the airports and like just being in the closed space where there's like that horde air.
Recirculated air.
Yeah, yeah. Even at the convention itself too, we're just, like, it's just so crowded. You're talking like this close to people because you're like it's so loud, especially in our area with all the skateboarding happening and all that we're like yelling at each other.
I know. It was like it's club.
It's Kratom. What? You'll love it. Anyway, yeah, so great trip. If you guys ever get a chance to go out to Champs, check it out. You don't have to be a retailer, buyer, or a vendor. You can actually just be just a person who wants to check out the event itself. And I think it's free admission. I think for the most part, it used to be free admission for anyone that, vendors have to pay. We have to pay to get in, but I think everybody else it's free. And if there is a cost, it's pretty low and totally worth it. Just for the spectacle itself. Every booth is like over the top, and then there's all these people in outfits and costumes. I mean, you name it, you'll see it. So it's pretty wild. When Jackie and Kevin got there, they're like, what? They kept them pointing at people. Oh, look at her.
I would love to see Jackie's face. Yeah, they're like little kids, especially all the booth babes and stuff.
Yeah, like we were just like walking up. We hadn't even got in there yet. They're already like,
Kevin already this morning was like, we're going next year, or we're going to the next one. I was like, okay. I'm like, by we, you mean you and Jackie? He's like, yes. He's ready to go to the next one.
It's so much fun. We're making fun of them. We love them. They're older, so they're just like, this is just so wild and over the top for them. So they're like, they're not used to this in their lovely normal lives. The insanity of champs. Anyway, thank you two, especially for coming. I know you guys have families. It's a big sacrifice to go out there. I'm glad you guys had fun. We worked hard, we played hard. But I personally deeply appreciate the fact that you guys were there, because I know I wouldn't have been able to get through it myself without you guys. So genuinely. So anyway, with that, let's call this episode. All right,
thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if you like the show at all, please support us by shopping at ETHANaturals.com. Go to any social media channel. The handle is at ETHANaturals. Write to us if you have any ideas for topics. I think that we're back on track next week with kind of regular topics that you guys have brought up. And but if you have an idea, either comment on social media to us, DM us, or write to us at podcast@ETHANaturals.com. All right. Let's do the closing. What's our normal closing?
As always.
As always. There you go. There you go. As always, I'm Victor Chung.
I'm Sasha Chernenko.
And I'm Nicole.
And as always, actually.
And as always, live fully.
Live fully.